Hey Monkey fam, this is Nikachu, Monkey Master, and today we are aping and monkeying around with Tibalt's Trickery combo because you don't need to be a genius for this deck. You can be a 19 IQ Neanderthal and still get the value out of this deck, kill people on turn 3 and turn 2, the hottest deck on the block. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for that hot Tibalt's Trickery action. Before we get into our deck tech, we are going to thank our sponsors, themanabase.com, the content site on Commander, Modern, and more. The Manabase is your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. And FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite local game store where I buy all my paper singles. You can support the channel using my discount code Nikachu and also save 5% off yourself while making purchases at FusionGamingOnline.com. And Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. You want to try to take this deck out for a spin? You can do that with Mana Traders. Support the channel by using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save yourself 15% off your first 3 months using my coupon code Nikachu. All right. So this is an evolution of the last build that we had. We're going to try out Field of the Dead in the deck. For the most part, I just want to jam the games. I really like this deck for jamming games, but now we're going to try to actually win some games in the long game. So against the control decks, we can just like tutor out Field of the Dead with Teleria West, and as we just play random lands from our hand, we're just going to put tons of zombies on the battlefield. I can fit 2 in the main deck. I have 2 more in the sideboard. We'll bring them in. I don't know what I'm taking out. I guess when we're on the play, like, we don't need Gemstone Caverns. So no matter what, against no matter what deck, we can always bring in Field of the Dead on the play and take out Gemstone Caverns on the draw. Sorry, take out Gemstone Caverns on the play and always have Gemstone Caverns on the draw. And that's about it. If anyone's asking about Boseiju, it doesn't do anything. I'm sure everyone's in the comment section. What about Boseiju? Oh, shelters all. No. We're just casting this, and if it's uncounterable, it doesn't matter because the real thing is this, and we're not spending mana on this, so Boseiju can't protect this, and that's the most important spell. All right, with that, let's get into a league. Let's go. Tibalt's soul-sucking fun deck. Yeah, we're adapting with the Neanderthal deck. Neanderthals weren't less intelligent than modern humans. We just outlasted them. That's interesting. Our first victim. No violent outburst here. Oops. No violent outburst here. Mulligan. Yeah, no more worrying about Tron. Tron will cure your fears of Tron with the Tibalt's Trickery combo deck. Apes are stronger than Tibalt's Trickery. Oh, sorry. Apes are stronger than... Ooh, what do I want to keep here? And I think that's good. So let's start off with Steam Vents. I guess the next land we have to play is Misty Rainforest. I think it's better to not reveal the companion game one, but there's so much Uro out there. There's so much Uro. You have to go for that. You just have to. Well, this might be discard turn 1, which is fine because we've got the fetch lands to get the Mystic Sanctuary in play, and hopefully we draw at least one more island so that we can make that a reality. Yeah, this okay. I used to snap concede here. We're not snap conceding anymore. We've got the tools in the deck to beat this. Do you think that? I don't know if it's stronger than Oops. I'm gonna guess no, but it's easier to play than Oops, I think. Okay, they know what's up, so I'm not hiding anything. If you pulled the first ever Neanderthal out of history and sat them in front of this deck on Magic the Gathering Online, they could still pilot it having no idea what Magic or computer was even about. There you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. All right, Tom McGriff has entered the battlefield. I hope this is not the case, but I might have to use Teleria West to find another fetch land. Oh my god. Like, is that what we got to do? Oh no, it would work out actually. All right, so I'll play Fluted Delta here. But what I can do next turn is fetch, then Talera West for just literally Mystic Sanctuary, put Violent Outburst on top of my deck, and then it'll be available next turn. I gotta make sure I just don't get my ass kicked here. Just gonna make sure we don't lose. Jund, can you kill me in 2 turns? Or Rock? I don't know what you are. Overgrown Tomb, Nurturing Peatland, Thoughtseize deck? What century are you from? What's with this Thoughtseize and this Tarmogoyf? Seriously. Another Tarmogoyf? Sure. Okay, that works too. Maybe I should just play Mystic Sanctuary and then fetch for 1. I think that works. Didn't even have to fetch there. We can attack for 6. Not enough, though. Not nearly enough. All right, GG. Unless you have something amazing. Some amazing thing that I don't know about. Otherwise, we're going to kick Jund's ass here. Or Rocks. I don't know what is this. And I don't see the third color of mana. We got our 1-shot kill. 1 shot, 1 kill. Pew, 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 pew. This tech is so good. So good. They thought that they had it under control. They were not in control. We were in control the entire time. We were just pretending. Assassin's Trophy in response to my fetch. I guess that's a real thing. No, it wouldn't work, right? Because upon resolution, I would just get another island. Ooh, that means I have to have 1 basic island in my deck. I don't have a basic island in my deck. I have like forests and stuff like that. I have no basic islands. Huh. Interesting. Small leak in my deck. Ugh. All right, Emrakul, the spaghetti monster. Such an easy game. I learned yesterday. Look, look at this. This person's probably been playing the Jund deck for like their entire life. Their whole soul is in that deck, and then just somebody who randomly picked up this deck learned how to put an Emrakul in play, showing who's boss. So okay, we're all going to be on the draw, so I still want the Gemstone Caverns. No reason to bring in Field of the Dead. Yeah, maybe no basic island is a small. But how much Assassin's Trophies should there be in this metagame? I think the level 0 Tibalt's Trickery decks should be able to be beaten by Thoughtseize and Inquisition, but then if you adapt it with the Mystic Sanctuaries or the Magic Aids version with like a million different Cascade spells, you could go off more than once, or even on turn 1 sometimes, then you know it's of no use. You can still beat them. I have some basics, though. I have the important base. I just don't have islands, because islands aren't that important. It's just important for Mystic Sanctuary. I have some basics in this deck. I have, like, 1 mountain, 2 forests. Can't see them. So here's my 2 forests and a mountain, just in case I need to fetch them or Cleansing Wildfire them or something. Grafdigger's Gauge doesn't work. These things are cast from exile. Grafdigger's Cage only prevents things from coming from the graveyard or library, not from exile. Why not play the other 3 Cascades? Because then you can go Tibalt's Trickery into the other Cascade and fizzle. That's the problem with Magic Aids' version. It can fizzle quite a bit. we'll keep this. And it's actually a pretty good hand because we just go island, 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 Mystic Sanctuary. This deck can lose to turn 1 Blood Moon, but very likely not. Oh, so it was a Jund deck. It was Jund all along. Yeah, Emrakul just gonna chill in the hand. Can be a liability sometimes, because if they Thoughtseize this out and then put the Violent Outburst, like it can, when it triggers, it will take my Violent Outburst. It's a liability, actually. They could Inquisition this, Thoughtseize this, and then when they Thoughtseize the Emrakul, the Violent Outburst will shuffle back into my deck. Which is not good. Not good at all. Yeah, Containment Priest doesn't work. So anyway, how much did our opponent mulligan down to? They mulliganed a little bit, I think. Oh no, they kept 7 cards. Yeah, Merfolk does not lose to this deck. Tarmogoyf is back. See if we can get this Blast Zone online. Multiple blast. The clock is fast, right? I'll have to do the calculations, but I might have to play Blast Zone turn 3 to tick it up and then crack it on turn 4. Because I'm dead in 5 turns, right? I'm also fetching a lot. I mean, I can just die to a few bolts. Well, that's definitely the plan that we're on now, because we're just about to lose our Emrakul, and Violent Outburst is going to get shuffled back into our deck, which is hilarious. Well, that's a very awkward interaction, so now we need to top deck another Violent Outburst. But in the meantime, ooh, Death Shadow. You're at 3? You're 3/3. Okay, so I can go. Well, I definitely need to get these Blast Zones online. Ha! Easy game! Easy game, opponent. Easy clap. Had it the entire time. That's the Thoughtseize special. You try to Thoughtseize me. You Thoughtseize me twice. You can't Thoughtseize the top of our deck. That's the magic of the Tibalt's Trickery deck. Woo! That's just magic right there, folks. That's classic magic. That's modern. That is modern in a nutshell for the Jund players. That is modern in a nutshell. 1 down! 4 more to go. Let's do this. This is it is a huge scumbag deck. It is the scum of the earth deck, hands down. This is the worst. This is one of the worst decks ever. I already knew it from the start. I already knew it. This is the most BS deck that has. I think this is the single most BS deck ever. Just because, like, you know, even in the Hogak meta, Hogak, KCI, if you're up against a bad player, you can still beat them because they're just not good at, like, accurately, like, playing their hand out. But how bad can you be to just put 3 lands in play a Cascade spell, and put an Emrakul? Like, that, it is, you can't go wrong. Like, you just can't go wrong. It's like Zombie Infestation, but it actually wins. We need a temporary Gorilla of Waves. The Monkey Fam. Magic? Do I get banana? Ban Gemstone Mine? I don't even think that does it. It would help, though. I mean, it takes out some extra, like, turn 2 kills. I'm not sure this deck is going to be played for long, though. It dies to anything. It doesn't die to anything. And also, now we're seeing that, like, I can be resistant to... Because of Teleria West into Blast Zone, I can beat a lot of sideboard hate, like, at 1 or 2 converted mana cost. I can also play Mystic Sanctuary to beat the hand discard. It was just really unlucky in that game that we had, what's it called? Emrakul in our hand for them to Thoughtseize and take out of our graveyard. Let's go mine some salt, my fellow monkeys. Let's mine some salt. Let's get that salt. We're going to earn it. We lost the die roll. Who cares? Yeah, we can keep this. This is not the most glorious hand, though. Okay, Emrakul, you go back into that deck where you belong. I have to play, like, Mystic Sang. Oh, no. We're up against a deck with an island. Okay, I'll start with this. It's possible I'll go turn 3 Teleria West, get Cavernous Souls, and then we'll try to put a Giganta in play. I don't know what deck this is. Oh, it's another combo deck, I think. I think it's Storm. Which is also bad. Storm is bad. Okay, let's put the Misty Rainforest in play just to threaten that we're some sort of control deck. I'm just trying to get them to, like, combo off, sort of. Okay, they're obviously not going to try to combo off this turn. Yeah, I know they have Remand game 1. I mean, I might just go for it, give them a Remand check. Because I think that's the only counterspell in game 1. You gonna go for gifts or something? They might gifts? That's fine. If they want to gifts, I'm just gonna try to go off on their upkeep anyway. If they gifts here, we'll fetch. Of course, we'll win. They don't. Okay, so here I'll just go for it. Oh, what's the point of going off on their upkeep if they kill us on their turn? You right. You right. Okay, I'll go off. I'll try to go off then at their end step. Is that right, though? I don't know what I'm doing now. Well, they might not be sniping. Ugh, I don't like how much mana they have. Whatever. I'll try to do it at the end of their turn. But if anything, then I should have just did on my turn. Should have done a Remand check. Should have done the Remand check. Nikachu, what's it like to be the most handsome MTG content creator of all time? It's wonderful. It's, you know what? Beauty's not everything, but fuck, it's a nice bonus. Yeah, I missed the monkey mentality. I leveled myself. That's what happens when you try to play at a 25 IQ. You just screw yourself over for no reason. Okay, there's Goblin Electromancer, which doesn't change very much. Wonder what that means. Well, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. Hopefully they don't have Remand. This is certainly not what they were expecting, though. I promise you that. That's not what they were playing around. I just gotta hope they don't have Remand. Only 4 in the deck. They might have Spell Pierce, though. I mean, let's be serious. With Tibalt's Trickery, they gotta have more main deck counter magic than usual. Ah, they had the remand. They put the Tibalt's Trickery in my hand, though. How good are you looking on a scale of 0 to Nikachu? I am definitely in a league of my own. Even if you include all the beautiful women, I'm in a league of my own. Now, Tibalt's Trickery in your hand is not the end of the world, because you can oh, Jesus. Okay, so I'll transmute for a fetch land. Polluted Delta's fine. We just have to hope that we don't lose. So I can put the Violent Outburst back on top of my deck, and then we'll Oh no! I need another red source in my hand. I need to cast Violent Outburst and I need red mana. So I need to top deck a red source. I might have to Teleria West again. No, I have to, because I mean, if I Mystic Sanctuary this thing on top, it's useless. Okay, Ritual. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna F6 here. Okay, I can assume that we're dead. I mean, they have so much mana, I don't care. That's too bad. We did the remand check. They had it. Now this is gonna get a lot worse post board. Which combo? Which combo, M515? The combo is simple. You play the Violent Outburst to the point where you cascade into Tibalt's Trickery. Now, the Cascade trigger happened first. Violent Outburst is still on the stack. Tibalt's Trickery says counter target spell. You're going to target the Violent Outburst. Then you get to mill between 1 to 3 cards at random, because that's what it's going to be. And then its controller mills that many cards until they exile a non-land card with a different name than that spell. They may cast that card without paying its mana cost. So the point is, I counter my own Violent Outburst until I hit an Emrakul. And then that's it. GG. I can cast that spell without paying its mana cost. I cast it. So you cast Emrakul, you get an extra turn, and then you kill your opponent. That's how it'd be. That's correct. You could mill 3. That's in theory. You could whiff. Mill 3 Emrakuls. It's very unlikely, because first, there is only a 33.3% chance that you choose number 3 at random, and then you would have to mill 3 Emrakuls on top of your deck. That's for Frank Karsten out there. What's the math on that, Frank Karsten? How likely is it? What are the odds of whiffing with this deck? You need to choose 1, 2, or 3, and there needs to be 3 Emrakul on top of your deck at the same time. Yeah, gotta break out the hyper geometric calculator. No, it doesn't work like that. It just mills 3 cards, and then the card exiles the rest of your deck until it finds a non-land card, and then the cards go back into your library. No, you have to mull until you hit Violent Outburst, and you need to have Violent Outburst in your hand and not Tibalt's Trickery. So if you have your opening 7, you can't keep Violent Outburst and Trickery, but after that you can, because you can London Mulligan away your Tibalt's Trickery back to the bottom of your deck. Okay, so we've got our namesake card. We're going to keep it. If our opponent keeps 7, we're probably in a lot of trouble. They mulling a 6, that helps. Like, when they have counter spells in their deck, you have to, like, assume that they're, if they keep, like, 6 or 7 card hands, you know that they've got it. At 5, maybe they're going to keep a hand that can maybe combo off. Narset Cannon. I don't remember that time. There was like a lot of crazy combo decks with looting. Right, away we go. CS77745. Thanks for the follow. I mean, the dream is our opponent taps out on turn 2, but almost never happens. Worst part of this deck is shuffling after the mulligan. It's basically lands. It's like lands plus Emrakul. I don't know what this deck simulates, but the problem is that it's a 1-card combo, right? I mean, the only thing you're sacrificing is you have to play like a bunch of lands in your deck, but aside from that, it's like a 1-card combo. I doubt you're going to tap out, but please tap out. Just do it. Do it for me. Ooh, shit. Can you possibly ramp into a Blood Moon? I have a basic forest, but I don't have any lands that can find a basic forest. So they're passing the turn. Oh no. Why do you play the 53 land version over the faster, janky? Because it fizzles a lot. I don't know which one is better. I prefer to play this, though. The janky one is just janky. Like, it's not clear to me that the deck is... The deck might be good. I haven't tried it. I just know playing against it, I beat it relentlessly. But that's just might be my bias, given that I'm just playing this deck and Merfolk. Like, in the mirror match, you want the version that will always combo off. Like, always. So what do you think, everyone? Should I just go for it or wait till my opponent's turn? Wait for my opponent to tap out. Like, other cards that they can have are Spell Pierce. They thought for a very long time. I think they're running Force Negation too. Okay, let's do an upkeep one. And if they got it, they got it. Whatever. Let's speed run. We have more games to do. I have better things to do today. This isn't going to be that good of a matchup if they have counter spells anyway. It is conceivable that I can come back. I mean, 2 more lands, and we're doing this on their turn. Okay, so it's not over. I do have more lands to put... I mean, I can Mystic Sanctuary this thing back on top of my deck the very next turn, and then we try to do it again. And we've basically made them tap out that turn. So it's not that bad. Oh my god, I'm drawing my Emrakuls, though. That's not good. Only 1 Emrakul left in the deck. Apparently there's no 4x Emrakul because apparently the math says it doesn't work. If the math says it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Okay, let's see if our opponent's going to combo off here. Because if they... Violent Outburst. Alright, let's, I guess, go for it. So what happens is the Violent Outburst will happen. Cascade Trigger, whatever. No big deal. Then we Tibalt's Trickery, our own Violent Outburst. Do you have another counterspell? They do. All right. I'll just concede. Let's move on. Oh, maybe I didn't need to concede. What are they cast Remand targeting Tibalt's Trickery? I could do this again. Oh, that was stupid. Whatever, moving on. I need to win 2 more matches. I forgot. Remand is a soft counter. I had a lot of islands in my hand. So I could wait another turn and do it again. Missed out on some percentage points. Okay, Giganta. We won the die roll. That's nice. This hand is definitely good. I'll just keep it. We have our basic forest in hand, so we have protection from Blood Moon. Opponent mulligans to 6. Mulligans to 5. I think we're in the mirror. When my opponents are mulliganing to like 5, especially to 4, you know you're in the mirror. Oh, the deck list. I don't have the right deck list. Hold on. Give me a second. I don't think I changed the deck list. Prowess. Easy clap. Easy clap, people. Easy clap. This game's already over before it began. Easy. Easy clap. I'm so happy about this too. This deck was so hard for me as a Merfolk player. But now, as an ape, 19 IQ, you shall feel the wrath of my big brain. Oh. Ape not stupid. You stupid. You stupid. Okay, what are the odds they have force negation? We got hit by a force. Oh, we can do this twice. Okay, so we'll do this once at their upkeep. Oh, I should have put another land and island in play. Okay, so I'll do this at their upkeep. Just in case they have force negation. We saw a prowess deck with force negation earlier. Oh, they might have spell pierce. Like they held up this blue and did nothing. Flusterstorm, interesting. Okay, so we have 2 turns to put this back on top of our deck. No. It actually sucks is we also pumped up their Soulscar Mage. I think we're still in the driver's seat though. Unless they play Stormwing Entity. My only mistake was playing this because I could combo off next turn. You have to kill me right now. They might. Oh shit, they might. I could win that last turn if this was a island. I hope I don't die from this Flusterstorm. Immunogenic growth, is that enough? Nope. Okay, that's a good healthy life total. 4 life is a lot of life. I'm drawing all my Mystic Sanctuaries, that's hilarious. Okay, put the Tibalt's Trickery back on top of our deck. Let's do this again. How about we do this again? I think I can pay for Flusterstorm now. And I can also pay for Spell Pierce if that's in it. Yeah, very tiny Cascade. Cascade into 1 card. So it's only 2 triggers, right? Oh, but the Flusterstorm itself. Okay, I can do this. Oh, I can't do this again. What the hell? Yeah, the Flusterstorm works. Original 2. Oh, and they're going to play a Lava Dart too. They got me, people. Okay, I need to counter this. Or whatever. I screwed up. Whatever. I'm just not going to counter any of this stuff. I'm basically dead, right? Because now I cannot... What can I do here? Win with Giganta somehow? Well, that's not going to work. Another Flusterstorm. Okay, I tell you how our route to victory. I need to top deck Blast Zone like right now. No, I don't. Well, that was disappointing. That's hilarious. I guess I could draw another Outburst. The metagame is adapting, people. The metagame is adapting. Okay, I'm on the play, so I can take out Gemstone Caverns. Forgot about this. Shit, how did I... Well, I definitely wasn't predicting our opponent to play, like, Flusterstorm twice. I could... Well, if they had Flusterstorm in their hand twice... Because I screwed up with the Forest. Because I was one turn shorter from Violening Outburst again. I guess there's some sorceries that they want to hit as well. Which is not bad. Maybe Flusterstorm is really playable now. Mulligan, mulligan. Well, Flusterstorm is just more flexible. It hits more things. Like in the mirror. Let's go. Well, I assume that we're in a little bit of trouble because they kept 6 cards. So if they don't tap out... And I knew something was up because they held up the Spire Bluff Canal. They're like, I'm not tapping out here. Okay, so they're doing this again. So how much mana do I need to have up? Yeah, okay, they have interaction, 100%. So how do I deal with this? Shit, I have no basic I can fetch here. I sort of just want to put like a Giganta in play over the next few turns. Yeah, Flusterstorm's good against a random Storm deck. I think it's reasonable against Prowess. Like, you can hit light up the stage and stuff. Yeah, they're going to hold up that Flusterstorm. I got to beat them before they hold up the Flusterstorm. Oh shit, that's a really strong one. No, Is It Prowess has adapted. This was easy before they adapted. Of course they're blue, so they can definitely play some good cards. Spell Pierce seems beatable, but Flusterstorm is just one turn away. Further. How many turns do I have to go? Do I have something good I can get with this? You know, let's transmute. Maybe I should have transmuted last turn so I could get Blast Zone and have it available right now. Okay, I'm just going to play around Spell Pierce because I have to, I'm probably going to be dead the very next turn. I might be dead this turn. They might have bluffed me to victory. Another Stormwing Entity. Okay, I just gotta hope. I just gotta hope they do not have Flusterstorm. They got it, they got it. I wonder what the purpose of this is, just to have more Flusterstorm counters? No, Flusterstorm again. Okay, I'll concede. Alright, speedrun, people. Gotta speedrun these. Well, that was disappointing. So is it prowess might be more difficult than it used to be. Like if they're playing with hard counter magic, which they absolutely can, you know, it's is it prowess? They won't be hated out of the metagame at all. But I'm assuming mono red is still a problem. I think if I mean, I don't know what their entire counter suite is, but if we force them to mulligan down to like Flusterstorm, I think that is still going to be a big win. They were able to keep a really large hand at 6, because I can definitely see a lot of, if you play this deck, you notice people will mulligan down to like 3 cards, because if they don't find that Dranith Magistrate, they know they're just stone cold dead. And that's like the interesting dynamic here. If they only have like 4 cards that can answer the combo, they will just mulligan down to it. Period. And they'll be left with very few resources in the end. So there could be a situation where like there's just a Swift Spear in play, even though they had the Force Negation, and I just wipe it away with Blast Zone, play the Gigantha. Do I play Titan in the board? I'm not playing the Titan version, no. Yeah, if they play if they play Flusterstorm, it's going to be easier for Merfolk. I don't know how to put it. Like, these leagues feel... I was playing with Merfolk a ton, and I didn't face one counterspell deck. Or maybe one. And now I'm playing with this deck, and I'm not facing, like, any counterspell decks. Oh, sorry, I'm facing all the counterspell decks. We're going to keep this. We won the die roll. I played this deck a lot, though. There's a lot of counterspells out there. I think I'm just unlucky not... I think the counterspell decks are going to be the norm, because that's just one of the... That is just one of the main ways to beat this thing. But, what's it called? I just think I was unlucky as a Merfolk deck not to face against counterspell decks. I've played the mirror a million times. I just haven't on camera today. Or our opponent... Okay, we might be in the mirror right now, because they just mulligan to 4. They just mulligan to 4. Let's see this. You can't put Pact in your deck, because if you put Pact in your deck and you combo off, you'll combo off into the Pact and then you fizzle. This is like the most common question. Like people, why not this card? Why not that card? Why not this card? Because then your rate of fizzling goes up. You will, instead of hitting an Emrakul, you'll hit like one of those other cards. That's why this deck doesn't play with anything else. See, another counterspell deck. I mean, oh, this actually could still be the mirror, because they do play with Katria Triome. Some versions play with this. I probably should play with this. I should play with at least one copy. Okay, so I will attempt to combo off on their turn. Well, it should be high on counterspells. My opponent's like, new Merfolk brew? Okay, do we go for it? Let's just go for it. It's not a new Merfolk brew. Oh, are they baiting me? Oh, do you have the Force Negation? I hate when people say something in chat that's always a sign of strength. It's always a sign of strength. They're like, oops, undo. It's obviously not a Merfolk brew. Okay, do you have Force Negation? I mean, if you have Force Negation, you have to lose 2 cards. Oh, sweet. We got it. We did it. We fooled them. We got him with our mana base. No, it's not. It's not. It's not over. If they have force, we can combo off at their upkeep, and they only have 2 lands, and they can't play for free. That's very important when when your opponent has force and when you can play around force and negation by always playing your spells on their turn, because it's not the free clause only matters if it's your turn. Okay, so we're on the draw. Okay, hold on. This is a control deck, so let's play with the Field of the Dead. We'll take out... What is less valuable in this matchup? I want Teleria West to find it. Blast Zone's probably, like, worth less. Maybe I should take out one other random card. Take out one random forest. Submit. Okay, let's see if the Field of the Dead tech works. See if just making 7 land drops can win the game by itself. They kept 7 cards. Okay, keep the 2 random lands. All right, so the plan is play land, 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 Field of the Dead into another Field of the Dead, and hopefully that's enough. Cookie Ninja, thank you very much for the follow. Getting a lot of followers today. Follow me. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Oh, well, the thing is, with Parole, against very specifically this deck, if they're down very few cards, I'll go on the Giganta plan. Like, this is, like, one of the core reasons we have this in the deck. So what we do is we Teleria West for Cavern of Souls, and then start beating them down with Giganta. I'm not even going to try to combo off first. So the very first thing we're going to do is try to beat them down with the Giganta, because I can go turn 3, Teleria West for Cavern of Souls, turn 4, put Giganta in my hand, turn 5, Giganta, make them deal with it, then combo off. And if they were at 5 cards and had to force a negation, they might have been down like a lot of resources. Enough resources for that to matter for us. I mean, it's a lot of turns away from the Giganta, but, you know, gotta hope that's enough. Well, it worked in another round. It definitely worked in another round. M515 gifting a tier 1 sub to Cookie Ninja. Thank you very much. Ooh, and we just draw into the Field of the Dead. Sweet. And then soon all these fetch lands will be deadly. How many different lands do we need? 7? I hope I have 7 or more lands with different names. Sodek made a screenshot of, like, his opponent just dying to Field of the Dead tokens. Just made land drops and beat him. That was funny. You know, I don't intend on comboing with this immediately, so let's play a Field of the Dead right now. Well, I hope that doesn't get eaten up, though, by the Field of Ruin. And there's Field of Ruin. Well, if they go for it, they might get punished. Whatever. I'm going to go for this Giganta plan. Well, I have 4 Field of Ruins and 4 Field of the Deads in the deck, so I don't mind. Like, whatever. They get it, they get it. Where's my Cavern of Souls? However, I do give my opponent an opportunity. Oh, you know, I mean, I guess I give my opponent an opportunity to do something. Their mana sort of sucks. You know, I didn't think about that. They only have one blue source here, so this is an opportunity to fix their mana, and I could at instant speed Violent Outburst. You know what? I don't like my play anymore. I don't like my play. We could have choked them on blue mana for like who knows how many turns. Because they can't field. I mean, if they have Force of Negation, there's just nothing we could do about that. I'm supposed to speed run with this deck, and these matchups are such a grind. Mystic Sanctuary enters the battlefield. Put Gigantha in my hand. Play land, pass. Is there a non-red, non-green companion that you could play? No. There's not many companions out there. There's very few companions. Interesting. Okay, so I guess what they're telling me is that, like, I have to go for it here. I don't know if I can beat the Teferi. I guess this is a problem with tapping out here. Okay, the next game, I'm just not going to tap out. I'm just going to go to turn 1 million. I have 2 Violent Outbursts. How interesting. Yeah, Transmute is only a sorcery. They have to have it. Like, putting Gigantha on the battlefield isn't even worth much anymore. Well, I wish I could play 2 Violent Outbursts here. I guess it doesn't matter. Speed run. Speed run. Okay, I could see how I could play this game very differently. I shouldn't even go for this Gigantha thing. It's not that it's a bad plan, but the way my hand was, between Tolaria West and Field of the Dead in my hand, I should have just made land drop, land drop, land drop, just millions of land drops, not cracking anything. Eventually get like Field of the Dead on the battlefield, start cracking things. Like, they were choked on blue mana, and I don't even know if they would ever have an opportunity to play Teferi if I'm constantly threatening the combo. What are they ether gusting? Targeting Tibalt's Trickery? So you're giving me another shot at this? Definitely top. Well, top or bottom, I guess, doesn't matter. So I have 2 shots at this next turn. Or even on their turn. This is interesting. Are you going to have enough mana, opponent? Are you going to have enough mana? Okay, what's going to happen here? Okay, Omnath. You can't play extra lands, though, off of Omnath. You can gain life, I don't care. I have 2 violent outbursts here. Yeah, that I don't care about. Did you get... Well, Teferi can tuck things away. Just remember that. There's only 1 Tibalt in this deck. Interesting. Okay, so, oh no, I was supposed to find a Mystic Sanctuary. Oh, I was supposed to, like, I forgot about my plan. Oh, I just want to shame Scoop now. I was supposed to put Mystic Sanctuary, put the Violent Outburst back on top of my deck, and draw it, and then have 2 of them. And I'm like, where's my second Violent Outburst? This is the life of a Twitch streamer. There's a lot of things going on here. Questions that need to be answered. Things that need to be explained. And I forgot my original line. Ugh. So what else can I do here? You know what? I could still go for it. It's just that I'm under more pressure right now. I'm like under a lot of pressure. Like, this thing's going to hit me for 4, and I need, like, I don't kill my opponent with 1 Emrakul hit, and then, like, if there's a bunch of Field of the Dead tokens on the battlefield, that's not good either. I think I can suffocate my opponent on mana if we try this twice, though. I will try to do, but it's better to double spell right now. Like, we might just have the game in the bag, or my opponent will have 1 extra mana source. If they put like another land in play next turn, that could be a problem. Like, every extra zombie that enters the battlefield is just like another thing that can be sacked to Emrakul. Or even they just sack their lands and I'm going to get hit. Like, they have 8 power in play. Okay, let's see what happens. It might be close. And I still have to take damage from my fetch lands. Another Omnath. Oh, apparently they didn't mean to do that. They went, whoops. Oh, whatever. It was free. Free Omnath. You drew a card. What's wrong? Free card. What was that Omnath doing in your hand anyway? Nothing. Oh, they kept the wrong one, so they didn't attack. Huh. Okay, that helps us a little bit. A punt for a punt, although my punt was a hell lot worse. Mine was so bad. It might be worth it for control decks to bring Rest in Peace in against me. Although not that this deck would. Alright, their turn. I hope they don't draw any lands. But they have enough mana for like 2 force negations anyway. See, last turn was juicy. Like, if I could do this a few turns ago, that would have been perfect. Now they have enough mana for like everything. I have to hope they tap a bunch of mana. Then maybe I would have a shot. Play another Teferi for some reason. Nope, that's not good. That's more tokens. Radamak, thanks for the follow. I'm just going to yield until next end step. Where Teferi's Hero Dominaria trigger is going to happen anyway. Snow basics. I guess my deck isn't designed properly. I should have a snow-covered forest and a regular forest in this deck. Oh, shit. Okay. I, F6 at the wrong time, apparently. Submit. That's really annoying. I'm like I'm patiently passing priority for about an hour. And the one time that I don't do it, I get screwed. Okay, we got to keep this. Okay, is there any way I can alternatively play this hand in any other way? I think it's just Steam Vents, Wooded Foothills, Misty Rainforest, and go. Why Thrun? 'Cause I'm just trolling. I'm trolling around here. Oh shit, we're drawing our Emrakuls. There can get to a point where I don't want these Emrakuls in my hand. Don't put a blue source in play somehow. Somehow. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess you have a Triome. Yeah, there's an island. Well, I will try to go for it, though, on their turn. Because I can play Mystic Sanctuary immediately afterwards. Try to go for it again. Yeah, I could go for the Emrakul Shuffle trigger, I guess. Actually, maybe I should get a forest? No, I need a breeding pool. So I can immediately play the Mystic Sanctuary. Do I go for it here? Like, it prevents my opponent from ever tapping out. Like, I could just make a million land drops here. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. I don't think my odds of this succeeding are very good. But it still chokes up my opponent's turn if they're gonna remand it anyway. Or that. Okay, that's not too bad. Interesting. Oh, very interesting. Shit, what does this mean? Does that mean they don't have it? What does this mean? Spell Pierce? So I can put Tibalt's Trickery back on top of the deck, and we just go for it right now. I don't want to wait until my opponent's turn. Whatever. This doesn't work. Fuck. We have Gigantha to lean on. Oh, it worked! It worked! It worked! Ah, we get it. Sweet. We won the match. Oh my god. We're 2-2 so far in this league. How did this happen? Telling you, the best tech in this is definitely the Mystic Sanctuary tech. Honestly, watching you play this deck for 4 hours makes me think Aid's version is better. But why, though? I can tell you from playing against... Well, have you watched Aid's play for 4 hours? Keep in mind, like, Magic Aids is a content creator. He's only going to show the best showings of his deck on camera. I assure you, I know how Magic Aids operates. He's playing for like 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours, and then he just clips out the best league and shows it to you, or the best 3 rounds. But I don't like his list could still be better. We'll see what ends up getting in the 5-0 dumps more often. Yeah, but the thing is, you can still combo off into nothing. You can end like I've played against his version so many times, and they just ran out of Tibalt's trickeries. Tibalt's Trickery into Cascade Spell, into Tibalt's Trickery, into the other Cascade Spell, into Tibalt's Trickery, into Simian Spirit Guide. Or like some random creature that can just die to removal. We won the die roll, people. We won the die roll. Easy clap. Let's get going here. This is good enough to keep. I don't know what to start off with. I guess Steam Vents is away. The content creators like Nick who show you the failure as well as success are infinitely more valuable. Well, valuable, but you're going to see I'm going to be taking a turn for the worse. I guarantee you, in my VOD dump channel, I'll still have everything, but I'm definitely going to have like a high, like the OG Nikachu MTG channel is going to have more highlights. So if I went 5-0, you better believe I'm going to have like I'm going to put that on the OG channel. Yeah, well, the best thing about this deck, you only have to buy 1 copy of the card. The content creators that make constant sex jokes about their own others have their place too. Well, I think the best version is the one that's well, I don't know if it's the best version, but one version I really like, Sodek's version, that includes Primeval Titan. Like I'm not, like I said at the like my first deck tech, I'm not claiming that mine is the best version. I'm trying to speed run with mine, but this isn't even a good speed run anymore. These games are taking forever. We're already over an hour. Before I was trying to grind people out with Mystic Sanctuary, I could get through a league in like 30 minutes. That was the beauty. Our opponent mulliganed to 5, so we might be in the mirror. This could be the mirror. Our opponent might have looked me up to see that I'm not playing Merfolk, and they have to mulligan to like counter spells. I wouldn't say it's unlucky. Like, there is a lot of control out there. There's just a lot. That's just how it is. I have had a lot of leagues where I don't see any control at all, and I certainly would like to see them right now. Oh, please say like Titan. Please Titan. Oh, human? Oh, we're fucked. The humans are really... This is a very bad matchup against humans. Oh, 2 Violent Outbursts. Perfect. Unless they play Thalia, then we're screwed again. Please play Kite Sail Freebooter or not Meddling Mage. Kite Sail Freebooter. Sweet. Excellent. We can beat that one. Surprise! Surprise! But this is a bad matchup. I played against this millions of times. This is all their cards are like main deck disasters. Thalia is a disaster. Meddling Mage is a disaster. Kite Sail Freebooter is a disaster. So we're gonna win this game, but we might win the battle, but we're gonna have to be lucky to win the war. We're gonna have to be very lucky to win the war. Humans might come back just because of this one deck. And like all their win all their hate pieces are at 2 mana. So I have to be very, very lucky here. And they don't have to mulligan very far for them either. Well, hopefully Teleria West into Blast Zone is a real thing. No, not Gemstone Caverns. Where's Blast Zone? Into Blast Zone is a real interaction. Kill off those Meddling Mages. But that's like by turn 5. That takes some time. If I naturally have Blast Zone in my hand, I guess it's going to be okay. Maybe I should just mulligan for Blast Zone. So we need to have Violent Outburst in our hand. And Blast Zone. And then maybe it's enough. And we need them to not have a turn 4 kill. Because they're a pretty good deck for gold fishing. We were just lucky to have 2 violent outbursts that game. Yeah, Thalia also makes my combos cost 5. And they could be playing with Damping Sphere. But again, like Blast Zone on 2 helps against all that stuff. They have, like I said, they got a lot. The Thalia, the Meddling Mage, the Kite Sail Freebooter. They got it all, people. Perfect. Oh, and we have Gemstone Cavern, so we get to ramp into that Blast Zone. I mean, this hand can't get better. Well, Damping Sphere might be popular now because they have to beat this deck. I saw Damping Sphere. I played against it. I've jammed quite a few leagues with this deck, with my crappier variations. Zig, you can't play with more Cascade spells because then you Tibalt's Trickery into the other Cascade spells. Oh, you're talking about... Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, you want me to bring in 4 other Cascade spells so I name those. But I have to accommodate the mana base for that. That seems like too much. By the way, they don't need to name the Cascade spell with Meddling Mage. They can name Tibalt's Trickery. And it doesn't play around it at all. Okay, we'll put this in play. Because no matter what, I mean, everything goes for Tibalt's Trickery. Human. Oh my god, again? This is the unluckiest humans player in all of fucking history. I feel so bad for our opponent. Actually, I don't. But you know what I mean. This is just rude. It's so we got everything covered. I'm sorry. Like I'm just sorry. I'm sorry, humans. Turn 2 kill here. Turn 2. You think human better than ape? Ape better than human. Human bad. Ape good. Banana. This is the definition of ape. Shame, GG's. Good games. But we had like the black... Look at that hand. That hand is just... That is so lucky. That is so lucky. But that's the magic and the beauty of the Tibalt's Trickery combo. Just screwing people. Putting the fist to them. All those decks that everyone hates, they all lose to this thing. They all lose to this. I just wish the blue-red prowess deck would succumb to this thing as well. But I imagine that Fluster... It's going to be interesting to see how Flusterstorm can work for them. It's good against this deck, but it's probably trash against a lot of other decks because it's a reactive card. Can you just play 1 black Triome for the red-black Cascade? But you don't want more... You don't want any more Cascades. Like, you just don't want any more of that stuff. Like, I'm not going to put... And also, that's not instant speed. That's sorcery speed. So there's a big liability to changing your Cascade spell because you can't play at instant speed anymore. You can only play at sorcery speed. The only instant speed one is Violent Outburst. That's why it makes it... That's what makes this one good. No, I think the idea was to beat Meddling Mage, swap Violent Outburst for another Cascade spell. Because against humans, specifically, they'll go Meddling Mage, name... They could name Violent Out. It doesn't matter. Like, they can name Tibalt's Trickery instead anyway. And I can't, like, doesn't matter what Cascade spell I use. But if they were to play it, they would trick them. It's not a big deal, though. All right. We still lost to counter spells, but we did end up coming out ahead. We got that 3-2 and another 3-2 victory for this deck. Still not claiming this is the best version, but this is definitely a version that will piss people off nonetheless. Best things, you gotta have your Mystic Sanctuaries in this deck. You can play it with 53 random forests and mountains, but definitely I gotta switch this up. We need a regular forest in here. That's not good for field. That was not good Field of the Dead tech. Sorry, need a forest. Gotta improve this deck a little bit because I need different cards. I need cards with different names, right? There we go. For Field of the Dead. When we did. Unfortunately, Field of the Dead didn't end up doing anything. I like this deck. I like this deck because it fucks over all my worst enemies. Amulet Titan, go fuck yourself. Mono Red Prowess, also go fuck yourself. This deck actually just wipes out like all the decks that I have so much trouble against. And you know what? I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all. All those Titan players, they just put a turn 3 Titan in play like nothing. Like, oh, look how good I am with my turn 3 Titan. How hard is it to put a turn 3 Titan in play these days? Between Arboreal Grazer, Amulet of Vigor, Dryad of the Elysian Groves, Azusa. You know, back in the day, they had to work for it. They don't work for shit anymore. Titan, Primeval Titan might as well be 3 mana. So you know what? I wipe you out with my own 1 mana, like my 1 card 3 mana combo. Violent Outburst into Emrakul. That's how it's done. That's all the Titan players, they can feel my pain. Easy victory. Oh, I'm distributing the salt. We're mining the salt now. You know what? I got my very first. I usually get a lot of people like saying I love your videos and stuff like that. Like, I never get any hate in the chat. I got my first like hate report in chat like a few days ago. They're like, I don't know. They're like a Death and Taxes player, and they're like, I'm just trying to play Magic here. Yeah, I understand. I'm trying to play Magic too. Anyway, you gotta be prepared for this. This is such a brainless deck. Like, this has more interaction than the other, the version with just Emrakul, Violent Outburst, and Tibalt's Trickery. But you'll just crush like anything with counter spells. And if you want to beat the discard spells, Mystic Sanctuary is more than enough to do it. All right. So that's going to be it for today. We're going to thank everyone supporting the Nikachu MTG Empire. Thanks for all the subscriptions and the donations. We're all going to thank our sponsors, themanabase.com, Fusion Gaming Online, and Mana Traders. This has been Nikachu, Merfolk Master, playing Tibalt's Trickery combo in Modern.